What is underwriting? So underwriting of a home loan sounds kind of mysterious, right? You just don't know what to expect unless you've been through that process before. Basically, underwriting is a human underwriter validating all of the electronical data that's been entered into Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac's system to tell you that officially you have a home loan approval. It's one of the final steps before you actually close on the property. Since underwriting happens on every home loan, there's no way around it. However, I can tell you this, is if you have a good loan officer on your side who's your advocate and structures your loan properly before it gets to underwriting, you can avoid all of those hiccups and pitfalls that some home buyers experience, because they are there to help strategize and make sure that everything goes smoothly, which is why we always advocate having a local experienced lender to help you with your transaction. So I can tell you, after 24 years doing this behind the scenes, I get a peek inside of what an underwriter might be looking at, which is why some of the probing questions occur up front when you and I have a conversation, because it's important for me to discover what I might uncover prior to the underwriting stage of the loan. Are you wondering what an underwriter does? Well, there are several people that work on a file when it goes from application to closing. However, in the middle is the underwriter. The underwriter, we're going to call it, is kind of the final stage. They, he, she are responsible for crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure that the loan will fit guidelines so it's sellable on the secondary market. And what that means to you is, prior to underwriter approval, they're going to check everything. And they sometimes uncover things that we didn't up front, which is very rare. They're going to verify all of the documents you submitted, your income, your assets, to make sure that everything is cohesive and fits guideline. Basically, the underwriter is validating all the documents I've already submitted and making sure that the file meets the risk threshold for the investor, because otherwise we have to keep that loan, sit on it, pay for it, and they call eat it, and no lender wants to do that. Underwriters usually don't give decisions other than approved, suspended, or denied. So of course, let's talk about that. Approved. That means they've approved everything subject to the documents that you submitted. They may ask for additional items or clarification, but generally they've approved the loan subject to. Now the next would be suspended. We don't like to see suspended files, but it's better than a denied file. So a suspended file in my world means the underwriter might need additional documentation to validate something that's going on or some future clarification, because they're not quite sure and they don't want to decline the loan. They'd rather get the additional documents so that we can proceed forward with an approval. And finally, which we don't get very often in Aundrea's team, is a decline. A decline means that, I'm sorry, based upon what you've provided, your file does not meet the risk thresholds. We can't sell it on the secondary market, and there is no way to change the program, restructure it, or find another loan it might fit. If we ever do get a decline, which is not very often, it means that the file has not met the risk thresholds, that the underwriter found something that they think the file is not approvable or sellable on the secondary market, or that the ability to repay is not met. A lot of people ask, how long does underwriting take? Now, general loan process from start to finish is about a 30-day time frame, but the actual underwriting process is about 48 hours. So it's not very long. It's just that there's a lot of moving parts to a home loan and things going on behind the scenes that happens before an underwriter sees your file. Of course, when you're in a purchase contract, we're super mindful of dates with appraisal contingencies and loan contingencies, because we do not want to be the one holding up your file or costing you earnest money. So the underwriting process is kind of complicated and delicate, which is why you meet with a loan officer and their team way before your file goes to underwriting. You have the knowledge and experience behind you of that loan officer, so they can package that loan and get it seamlessly through underwriting. Now, we've been doing this a long time, so here's some mistakes that you want to avoid. The first, ignoring our emails. When we email you, time is of the essence. We're needing something, we're needing clarification or additional documents, or a page is blurry. So please don't ignore your lender if they're emailing, texting, or calling you. Number two, if you've been pre-approved for a certain amount, unless you've discussed it with your lender, don't buy over that amount, because they can't wave a magic wand and make the approval higher unless you all have talked about a strategy or other options. Number three, be mindful of the property type and the condition. For instance, FHA loans, they have to be livable. You can't buy a dumpy fixer-upper where the windows are boarded up and expect to get financed. That's not gonna work. So just remember, you've had those conversations with your lender of what properties qualify on the type of financing you're pre-approved on. Number four, lying to the lender. I hope that when you work with us, you look to us as your advocate. We are your sounding board. We are here to help you. We are here to strategize with you. If you lie, send us false documents, I can't help you. Those go to the underwriter without explanation, and you've dug your own grave. So my suggestion is, if there's something going on, let's talk about it first. Maybe we need to resolve this before you purchase a home, because that's the only way it's going to get resolved. Otherwise, an underwriter was destined to decline your file. Open communication is always our best strategy. Lastly, number five would be avoiding big purchases without telling us. Don't go try to buy furniture, cars, or things like that without telling us. We're going to find out, and it's inevitable that it could crush your financing. So would you rather have a new couch or a new house? Best course of action is to talk to us first and then wait to buy those purchases until after you get keys. Once you have the keys, you can go buy new furniture, buy a new car, whatever that looks like. But until that point, we are in a delicate time frame with an underwriter and many eyeballs looking at what you're doing. So it's best to not do anything. Keep status quo. And the biggest one is, please don't change jobs in the middle without talking to us first, because we verify employment before, during, and after. And if you've changed jobs and we can't verify employment, then you don't have a home loan. So in conclusion, the underwriter and the underwriting phase is super important to your home loan and closing. They are the last person that will look at everything, sign off on everything, and give you the green light to proceed forward. As soon as that underwriter has signed off, we have these words called CTC, clear to close. Those are the best words that you can hear, and then you're off to being a new homeowner. If we can be of service, please reach out. That's why we're here. Let our knowledge and experience help you navigate the process, because we can help you avoid mistakes, hiccups, and declines. Hi, I'm Aundrea Beach-Greco, your local mortgage expert. I've been helping Las Vegas residents for the last 24 years with their credit, wealth, and finances. It's my passion to help you with the largest investment of your lifetime, your home. If I can be of service to you, please reach out. I'd welcome your comments and questions. Hope you have an awesome day.